Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today we're talking Love is Blind. You guys, it's back and I'm so excited. So, in case you haven't been here in a little bit, I'm Jen. I'm excited to talk about this season that's just come back. I had so many comments requesting that I talk about it, so here we are. As you may or may not know, I'm still recovering from the virus that shall not be named, so my voice sounds a little crazy. But we're getting there. We're getting better every day. It's just been a long process. Doesn't matter. I don't want to talk about it. We're fine. But it just explains why I sound tired and a little raspy today. Okay. Love is Blind is back, and I'm so excited about it. Thank you all who messaged me to let me know and who are very excited to talk about it. I'm excited to talk about it. In case you haven't watched another season with me, this is how I do it. I watch it episode by episode, so I don't know what's going to happen. I go into this thing, and if you're not watching it, you're just listening to the recap, I totally get it. But just know that the show is crazy at first because it bounces around between person to person. It's hard to keep track. There's like 30 contestants, so it's hard to know everybody's name. I'm going to do my best. We'll figure it out together, right? So we have all these beautiful women, all these good-looking guys, and of course, you know the premise, but in case you don't, they meet. There's a wall between them, so they can hear each other and fully talk to each other, but they can't see each other. So, hence the name Love is Blind. So we're back, season 3. I loved season 2. I'm very excited for season 3. And right off the bat, you know I'll be talking about Alexa and my new crush, Brennan. He's so cute. That country guy. We'll get into it. Okay. So welcome back to Love is Blind. We start out by flashing to potential weddings. Again, the way this works is the couples meet. They don't see each other. But 6 weeks after they meet, they're going to end up. Oh, it's so ridiculous to say out loud. Some of them will end up at the altar, and then they'll say yes or no to the rest of their lives, according to Netflix, or the next couple months, whatever comes first. And it's just such a funny premise of the show, but I do find myself getting into it, and I may or may not have cried at the end of this episode. Of course, we have Vanessa and Nick back. I'll be honest, I say it every season. I am not into them. I'm especially not into her. Why do we need hosts? That's literally what I wrote in my notes. We don't need hosts. I think it's silly. You can get the idea of the show without the hosts. Okay. We get lots of voiceovers of all these people that are sick of dating apps. Most of them are in their 20s and 30s and looking to get to know someone on the inside and fall in love with someone's mind first. So we go through, a series of people explaining why they're there. Basically similar stories, they want people to see the inside of them, not just the outside. So they'll have the next 10 days to date, a lot, and then 4 weeks to their weddings. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so they have a cheesy line where Nick Lachey says, "Obviously, I hope you prove that love is truly blind." Oh, so much. Okay, pods open. I'm going to do my best here to keep everybody straight. This is Raven. She's a Pilates instructor. She seems to have a really nice personality. Okay, if you don't want to know spoilers, forward me, okay? Or whatever, fast forward. Okay, ready? I don't know anything about that. I really don't. I never look ahead. I won't read any spoilers. Okay. Of course, as I get my daily, entertainment gossip news updates, I accidentally read, "I think we're going to hate Bartise," which sucks because right now I like Bartise. We've only seen him in the one episode. He seems like a nice guy. He's the guy, he's 25, and he seems like a good look. He seems to have his shit together. He's good looking. He's financially independent, it sounds like. He's an accountant, all this stuff. Okay, but turns out Bartise is going to be an asshole. Okay, sorry, spoilers over. Let's go. I literally know nothing else, by the way, and I'm okay with that. Let's go forward. Okay, so, gosh, it's jumping around to everybody. I can just tell you my general thoughts. I really enjoyed this episode. That girl they just showed there is Colleen. Colleen is so very weird. I thought... Well, Cole kind of sucks too, the guy she was talking to, but I thought he was going to be the problem. No, it's Colleen. Colleen, I think that the people working on the show didn't care for Colleen either, because they did a whole montage of her, telling everybody about being a ballet dancer, and obviously she gets a kick out of people's reactions to her being a ballet dancer, and talking about splits and being limber. And of course, Cole is sold on this. And we'll get into that whole thing. It gets weird later. Okay, this is my favorite girl. This is Alexa. She's amazing. She's 29 years old. She's confident. She's curvy, and I forget what her job is, but she just seems like a real sweetheart. She's with Brennan, the sales manager. He is the country guy, 30 years old. They bond over a love of food, and he mentions that he makes this, I'm probably going to say it wrong, I apologize, shakshuka. And it's Israeli food, and she's Israeli. So immediately she falls in love. I mean, it's amazing. It's a cool coincidence, and they seem to really like each other. All right, we'll get more into them. Where are we at? So this is Nancy, and I did not mean to get the picture of my Netflix account there, but there you go. This is Nancy. Nancy's a little bit annoying. I think the Pilates teacher here nails it. She says Nancy's the girl that you went to high school with that was friendly enough, but you run into her in Walmart, and you're gonna want to avoid her. So again, Raven is Pilates teacher's name. So Pilates is showing. God, I always want to call him, if I ever call him Barista or Batista, see Barista. It's because there's a wrestler named that, and his name is so similar. So I might just call him Batista. You know who I'm talking about. Batista is being taught Pilates by Raven. They bond. Oh, that was weird, you guys. Okay, so they're bonding. They're getting to know each other, and she acts like she has this huge secret, right? And then says this sentence: on the weekend, I do service industry things that can be challenging for men. What? What? I have about 1 million guesses. I'm intrigued. What's going on? We're sex positive now. We can handle it. What you got? What are you doing? I thought she was going to say she does like OnlyFans stuff. He asks her if she strips. She says, no, never. Turns out she's bottle service and bartending. What's the problem? Why are we making this into a big deal? Why are we being dramatic over this? Come on. This is silly. I feel like she's kind of into the attention, and he is too. So I have no idea if these two crazy kids will end up. They're just kind of flirting with each other. We'll see. I don't know. Okay. Meanwhile, Nancy is into. Why can I not find his name on my notes? I know it's close to Batista. And Batiste. And that's where the rivalry with Raven comes in. But don't worry, it's all good. She finds out he's 25. Nancy does, and she's not into him anymore. It's weird how she just turned it off. Okay, let's go back to my boyfriend, Brennan. Brennan and Alexa. God, every time I say that name, all my computers in my house go, what? I don't understand. So they both are very close to their families. He kind of talks about his tough childhood. She is Jewish and afraid of acceptance, and Brennan feels like he doesn't want to be judged. Like, they just bond over their lives, right? And again, I understand this show. I understand that it's all scripted and none of it's real and it's all edited, but I don't care. I want these two crazy kids to work out. We got flashes of people like that guy SK there, but we don't really see much of him. That always happens. We get flashes of people that we want to see more of that we haven't yet. But again, episode 1, we'll learn more about these people. Episode 2. Let's see here. Who else bugged me? Andrew, this guy here was a little pretentious for my liking. I liked him at first. He's a wildlife photographer. I was like, oh, that's super cool, But the more he talked, he's I've been on dates with these people, right? Where they're like, he said, I climbed a crane of whatever he said, like, I don't know, 76 flights of stairs to watch a sunset in New York. Okay, dude, slow your roll. He says he likes to come face to face with lions and leopards. He talks about having transcendental sex. Okay. All right, goop or whatever. Like, what are we doing here? So here's a little obnoxious, not my favorite. Let's see. Brennan more flashes of Brennan and Alexa, and Brennan talks to Colleen. I guess they had a spark, but then he breaks it off with her. Colleen comes in the room crying. Again, at that point, I still liked Colleen okay, but as the episode went on, I could not with Colleen. I'll see what happens there. Brennan feels very strongly about Alexa. He's surprised about it. She's surprised about how strongly she feels. She didn't think it would happen either. And they didn't think they would find love this way. Here's why I love Brennan. You ready? You guys, when he tells her he loves her, he says, "You're my lobster. And if you all love me the way I love you, you'll understand why that's important." It's from Friends. Phoebe says it. "You're his lobster." She talked about them holding claws in their tanks. Okay. But I thought that was just such a sweet line, and I would have thought that was so over the top cheesy, but it wasn't. He did a great job. I love Brennan, so I think it's really cool. Colin and Cole flirt. They talk about kids, and he's into her flexibility. He thinks about her quite a bit. He's into the ballet thing. He says he sees them having hot sex and being poor. What? He just kind of said that out of nowhere. What? Okay, Cole talks to a flight attendant. I'll never be able to say her name correctly. Is it Zanab, I believe? She's 31 years old. I really like her. She seems, I would say, very grounded, but she's a flight attendant. Ha ha ha. But not funny. She lost her parents very young, so it caused her to grow up very fast. She was born in England, and her sister's still in England, and just an interesting story. I really want to get to know more about her. Okay, back to Alexa and Brennan. I've been doing a lot of thinking. Guess where this is going? You guys, first episode, he proposes right by the wall. And it's really romantic, and I may or may not have cried. He did. He proposed. He got on one knee. She's like, it's kind of one of those things where she, I'm sure, had a feeling it was coming, but also surprised, because it happened so fast. She's completely like giddy and giggly and excited, and he's excited, and they say, "I'll be around you as long as you let me." And she stands up and says, "Yes, forever and always." And they're giddy and giggling. They can't wait to see each other, and I can't wait to see what the babies look like. So good for them. They seem excited. And she walks into the room, and I kind of love this. She yells, "She's getting fucking married." Sorry, my cough. I had to cut off. But she said she's getting fucking married, talking about herself. And I found that very funny. He goes in. All the guys are slapping him on the back, congratulating him. It's very exciting. So then we get this really weird scene with Cole and Colleen. It seemed like things were going well. She guesses that he has turtles on his socks. It's very weird. He's super into her. I literally wrote in my notes, she sounds like she's trying to convince herself she's into him. And he points out, listen, if this is going to work and we're going to do this, we need to have deep conversations. We need to go deep with this. Not a shallow connection. She gets really weird about it. She can't do it. She even calls herself a shallow person, but then seems mad that he wants to go deep with her. I'm like, where did you think you were going? If you really think that this might lead to love or marriage or whatever, babies, whatever it is, how did you think you were going to get there without going deep with somebody? Clearly she's got stuff going on. I want to know what it is. And yeah, she's, again, not my favorite. I actually wonder if I have no idea. I'm totally guessing. I thought, she needs to date that wildlife photographer because they both seem very much into themselves. So, and he can take pictures of her dancing in the wild. I don't know. But it's very weird. It's a weird scene, and she ends it with "Peace out, Cole. Peace out." Okay. All right. Back to Alexa. Those editors / producers, I guess producers, pissed me off here because I thought we were getting the first meeting. They're preparing to meet. The music is playing. They're happy. They're focused on love and talking about love and blah, blah, blah. Everything I ever wanted. Excited to see her. The perfect person for me. Dun, dun, dun. Of course, what happens? Big music plays. There's tension. They show them seeing each other for like a half a second, and we have a voiceover Alexa saying, "What the fuck?" And that's how it ends. And it goes to the end. And I got to say, that's one of my favorite endings ever, because how do you end a show with "what the fuck"? Um, Imagine, if this does work out, it's the story you tell your kids. The first time I saw your dad, I said, "What the fuck?" No, I assume it's because he's very attractive. And she's like, "What the fuck? How are you still single?" Maybe, I don't know. It's probably editing. Who cares? But I thought it was a really cool way to end the episode. So I'm going to wrap this up so I can run and watch episode 2 right now, because I'm very excited to watch it. Guys, if you want to keep going with this, leave me comments below. You know how this works. I love your comments so much. I appreciate all of you so much. Again, sorry for the raspy voice and the coughing. Hopefully I'm at the tail end of this thing. It's been like a freaking month. I can't believe how long this is lasting, but who cares? I really am fine. It's just annoying. I'm going to work on this Love is Blind because I'm super into this. We'll see how far we get with it, but I'm going to keep going. Just a heads up, I am on vacation soon. We haven't exactly nailed down the dates, but I think it's going to start at the end of next week. So you'll see me post a lot of Sex and the City stuff then. I may not be as active in the comments then, and it's going to be okay. Watch my Sex and the City stuff. I actually am pulling some old Patreon episodes, and I figured I'd put those up. There might be some days without episodes. It's all going to be okay. We'll figure it out together, right? But regardless, I'm going to keep going with the show because I'm super into it. We'll see how far we get. We'll decide what we want to do as a family, right? Guys, thanks so much for being here. If you want to further support the show, you know how to do it. Patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. I've had so many of you join lately. And I just want to tell you a huge thank you. You're supporting the show. You're supporting the channel. You're supporting me. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you so much. I enjoy those episodes so much because I really deep dive each episode of Sex and the City. It's a lot of fun for me. I've just always loved that show. And so it's fun to really find out like behind the scenes stuff, talk about it, talk about my feelings during the episodes, all that stuff. You know how it goes. So thank you for being there. And if you haven't joined, join it. You get access to my whole back catalog, a lot of stuff. Okay. What else? Guys, I think that's it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will talk to you again soon. Soon. Everybody, please stay healthy. Seriously. Wash your hands, take your vitamins, I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.